Hey, yo, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of Talk 100 Podcast. On this podcast, we'll talk with the one instead of an L, because on this podcast, we always keep it 100. All right, let's talk about it. First and foremost, hey, congratulations to myself, okay? Round of applause, because, first thing before I say this, but I'll say a round of applause to myself. If you are somebody who's out there, if you have an accomplishment that you had, or a task that you had that you wanted to accomplish, or anything out there that you was willing to do, try to put your mind to it and do it, and you accomplished that silently, okay, then literally say congratulations to yourself. Or if you did it out publicly, congratulations to yourself. Don't be afraid to congratulate yourself, okay? You are important. So the only person that can care about you the most is you. So care about yourself. So with that being said, congratulations to me on this being episode 80. All right, round of applause. I appreciate you guys, the fans. I appreciate you guys who are listening. I appreciate the critics. I appreciate the ones who are haters. I appreciate the ones who are praisers. I appreciate the ones I appreciate everybody out there, every living, breathing soul that's part of this podcast. I appreciate you guys. 80 episodes in and more to go. Okay, we are 20 episodes away from the milestone of 100 episodes. Okay, so we got quite a bit, couple of months, quite a bit, couple of months, right? So stick with me, hang in there with me, and let's have fun on the rest of these episodes that we are going to be doing, okay? Welcome to episode 80 of Talking on the Podcast. We are definitely excited for the new year that has been here and approached us. The amount of guests I have planned to be on the show, and the stuff that we have planned for the show. Big ass party for episode 100. In April, I would have been filming and doing this podcast for 2 years. Can y'all believe that? In April. Yeah, man. I literally was on my YouTube moving around some stuff and switching to some stuff in the bios and, doing all this, upgrading some stuff. And I looked and it said I created the channel in April of 2024, and I was just like, what? That's crazy. It's coming on 2 years of me actually filming and releasing episodes of Talk 100 Podcast. 2 years don't seem like it's been 2 years. And shout out to all my family and friends who, even, what I'm saying, they don't keep up faithfully, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie to you. There's some episodes that I even made. I'm just like, damn, I forgot I made that episode. Now I remember doing it, but it's like, I forgot that it exists, because I'm always excited for the next episode. But all my friends and family that I told this to, I'm like, it's coming up on 2 years of me doing my pod, and they're like, what? Has it really been 2 years? I'm like, yeah, man, like it's crazy, right? So shout out to myself. Shout out to everybody associated with the Talk 100 Podcast, from family to friends to people who has came on the show, all the guests. I appreciate you guys. All the ones who helped me with ideas for the show and helped me even be behind the scenes and produce the show with me. All right, thank you all for being a part of this, and continue to fuck with me and be a part of this. That's growing. It's growing, and it's growing rapidly and fast. Okay. Like I said, it don't even seem like it's been 2 years, and we are getting the views that I feel like we deserve right now. Okay, we're talking about 500 plus views, 700 plus views, 1,000 views on YouTube and TikToks. Okay, we're starting to get there. We're starting to hit those marks. Okay, we're starting to hit those following marks or subscriber marks of 200, 250, 300. We're getting there, and I can't wait to see what happens in the future. Thank you guys so much again for being a part of this and being with me, and let's make sure that we just, keep it cordial and keep it happy. All right. Thank you guys. Okay. So not only congratulations to me, but congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers. Indiana Hoosiers are your 2025-2026 college football national champions. Okay. They beat the Miami Hurricanes 27-21 in Miami, which is crazy. It was a pretty crazy game in the beginning, really. I think, Indiana jumped out to a 17-7 lead after 3 quarters, and then Miami turned it up in the fourth, scoring like 14 points, but Indiana came and they scored their points they needed to, and they ended up winning the game. Carson Beck threw a late interception that cost the Hurricanes the game. Not his fault. He was balling out all year, and he got this Miami team to a national championship. Proud of that young man. Proud of all the Miami Hurricanes, man. To that freshman number 10, dude, I I've seen, I don't really believe, or I don't really see, really look at news that come out really anymore. That's all over the internet, because you really don't know what to believe anymore. Everybody's just putting out stories and making up shit just to be first, not even just to be right, just to be first on somebody. So I saw somewhere where they said he put in to go in the transfer portal. I don't know how true that is, and I hope it's not true, because dude, number 10 on Miami Hurricanes, man, can't think of his name right now, but he is going places. And Tooney, I think is his name, and then he is, dude, that little motherfucker fast as hell, and he's young. He's a true freshman that graduated early to come play for the Miami Hurricanes. Dude, he is going to be a problem. All right, he's going to be a problem in college football, and he's going to be a problem in the league. And I can't wait to see what happens for both. But, yeah, congratulations to the Miami Hurricanes. Y'all got all the way there. I know you fell a little bit short, and that's disappointing, but you got all the way there. Okay, not a lot of teams that can say that they got there. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Miami Hurricanes, and shout out to the Hurricanes as well for being one of the only teams, really the only team in the playoffs to put up a fight against Indiana. Nobody was putting up a fight against Indiana. Or Oregon too. Oregon, they blew through them. Alabama blew through them, right? And so Miami is the only team that gave the Hoosiers a fight. And congratulations to the Miami Hurricanes, but super congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers for not only winning the national championship trophy, but congratulations on winning the trophy. Congratulations on getting a Heisman Trophy winner. Congratulations on getting the Coach of the Year. Congratulations on a 16-0 record. Congratulations on everything accomplishment that you can accomplish as a team and as individual stats. They accomplished that shit. All right, so shout out to Indiana, man. Okay, and now, real argument of the day. I told y'all last week I was pulling for Miami, but I wanted Indiana to win just because I have an argument set in place. And I'm so glad that it happened, because now my argument lives and it's going to start some bullshit, and I can't wait to see the bullshit that starts. Okay, now let's look at this 2025-2026 Indiana Hoosiers team. Okay, we have a lot of college teams throughout the years, from the early 2000s Miami's team to that old 405 USC Reggie Bush team, that early 2000s bitch young Texas team, and all the Nick Saban Alabama teams, any one of them, to be honest. Okay, these recently Kirby Smart Georgia teams, right, and then all in all, you got the Florida State, Jameis Winston's Florida States, right? Cam Newton's Auburn Tigers. Okay, that's still, in my opinion, Cam Newton as an individual still had one of the best seasons as an individual. Like, as a team, they was great. That was good because of Cam, great because of Cam, but they was good. But it was great because of Cam, right? But Cam really by himself carried that team, and so it's easy to put all these teams up there, from the Florida teams, and and all these teams is crazy to put up there. One team that we always discussed all the time, though, is the 2019 LSU team. Okay, Joe Burrow, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Patrick Queen, Derek Stingley Jr. The list goes on and on. Now, this is where it's going to get complicated for some people. Now, before I start this argument, or I say what I'm going to say, I would like to say this first. It's hard to start this argument and to have this argument now because of those players I just named from that LSU team, who are all in the league and have all proved they deserve to be in the league, and they are all pros that are superstars in the league. Okay, it's hard to dispute, or it's hard to kind of argue what I'm trying to say, because you're just gonna like dismiss me because you're like, oh no, look at the Hall of Famers they got on there, and look at what they're doing in the league. I'm not talking about the NFL. I'm talking about strictly college, just college. Okay, let's take a look at this 2025-2026 Indiana team versus that 2019 LSU team. Talk about the LSU team. Okay, we know the receivers they have, and we know the players that they have, but let's look at the accomplishments that they did. Undefeated season. Okay, in a top conference in the SEC, I give you that too as a bonus. Big Ten is a big conference too, but SEC conference, yeah, we know what it is and how it is. Okay, undefeated in the SEC conference. Not only undefeated, you had close games, of course, but most of the games that you was playing were beating the shit out of everybody, dominating. Right, and then go through the year, conference championship, win that. Your quarterback and Joe Burrow wins the Heisman Trophy. You go into the playoffs. Well, at the time, it was only 14 playoffs instead of 12 teams, but still, you go to the playoffs, dominate everybody in the playoffs, dominate everybody so bad that even in the national championship game, you dominated Clemson, who at the time, Clemson with Trevor Lawrence was known as probably one of the best college teams assembled with Trevor Lawrence for his tenure in Clemson. Okay. So, sorry. All right, so with all that being said, I would like to say I think we have a fair argument that we can start this argument of this Indiana team, this 2025-2026 Indiana team being compared to that 2019 LSU team. Or if you want to say who will win in a game between those two, who would you pick? But I'm more of just the comparisons. Like I said, the quarterback in Joe Burrow won the Heisman Trophy. Mendoza won the Heisman Trophy. On the undefeated team, both of them was undefeated. Both of them dominated in the playoffs. Both of them won every game. It didn't matter where they came down to. They won every game. They both had, Indiana has, but LSU had a top-tier coach of the year who was coach of the year. And the recruitment was just crazy. And just the overall teams itself. I firmly believe that Indiana, this year's Indiana team, can be compared to the 2019 LSU team. Now, I'm not saying be compared to for player, and the Indiana players are just going to go to the league and shred it up. I'm not saying that at all because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like all the times that I've been watching football majority of my life, and being an Oregon fan, I remember the times to where Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston was coming out as 1 and 2, and people to this day swear that we talking about 10 years later that they was going to be talked about still today and be great quarterbacks for the future. And both of them just didn't turn out like we really wanted them to turn out. So you never know what's going to happen when people get to the league. But not counting the NFL, just counting just college, I feel like it's fair to compare 2025, 2026, this year's Indiana, who was just football team, to that 2019 LSU Tigers team. Like it's super easy to compare because, like I said, all the similarities. Heisman quarterback, winner on your side, undefeated season on your side, dominated in the playoffs, and also won the national championship. It's a big argument. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Do you guys think I'm over-exaggerating? Do you think I'm just reaching? Do you think I'm just talking out the side of my neck, out of my ass? What do you guys think, man? Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Let me know. Who is another team that you probably say we can compare the Indiana team to? Now, the only reason I say the LSU team is that's just the first one that kind of popped out in my mind. It was just because of all the love that really, to this day, they still get. And people still say, oh, that LSU, 2019 LSU team can't be touched and all this and this and that. I firmly believe that you can compare the Indiana team to that team. That's just me. That's just what I think. But like I said, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I still have that full-on argument. Heisman Trophy winner, undefeated season, in a prestigious conference. Like the Big Ten ain't the SEC, but also the Big Ten, SEC, ACC a little bit, and Big 12. Those are your conferences that are just your big-time Power 5 conferences, you know what I'm saying, that are going to just be talked about all the time, right? Now, with that being said, do you guys think going into next season, should Indiana be number one going into next season? Because we know now that majority of those guys were seniors or maybe juniors, but mostly seniors, and they're going to be gone. Some of them are going to the league. Mendoza is definitely number one overall pick in the draft. And that's another one. Joe Burrow was number one pick in the draft. So is Mendoza going to be number one pick in the draft? That's another comparison that we have. So I definitely say let's compare those. But going back to, should Indiana be number one going into the next season? I have never seen where the national champion goes into next season really as the number one, as number one, period. Other than I can't remember if Ohio State did it last year or not, or they actually, no, I take that back. I think they went in as number 2 or 3. I want to say Texas was number 1 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I never see unless you're Alabama or unless you're Georgia or unless you're really I guess Ohio State and you was number 1, number 2 when you won. when you win a national championship, they don't usually put the reigning champions as number one for the next season. Recently, since the playoff era. Let me say that. Okay. So I think, of course, with the coach coming back, and then you're going to get recruits coming into play for that coach. The way that he has confidence, the way he has coached, the way he has put in public how his programs are ran. Because look at when he was at James Madison. Look at now when he's in Indiana. Why not play for this man? I want to play for him. I haven't played in years, and yet I feel like I need to go out there and prove that I can do something so you can be on your team, sir. I need to be on the team today. All right, so let me know in the comment section. Should Indiana be the number one team in the country going into next season? Starting the season, should they be number one? I say, why not? Yes. But I can understand reasonings. Recruits coming in, other transfers are going to go everywhere else. I can understand why somebody else will probably be number one. But I think Indiana should be number one next season. Okay. Okay, so I actually had an interesting experience. I was actually at work talking about this with a coworker. We was low-key bored, just talking about some different shit. And then I actually got a tissue because, the weather's been changing, so I've been blowing my nose a lot. And my sinuses and my allergies fuck up. So I got me a tissue, and I just, blew my nose, threw it away. And he was like, cracking jokes like, damn, all that tissue, this and that. And he said, man, I got a serious question. Like, how do you set up your toilet paper? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm just thinking about it with the tissue. Like, do you like the under, the over? Like, what you doing? I was like, I don't know. I never really thought about it. And so this is why I came to you guys, my people, my fans. I love y'all. Okay, this is my question for y'all. How do you set up your toilet paper? Because me, to be honest, I don't care. I don't truly give a fuck enough to look if I'm doing it over or under. I just put especially when I'm in a hurry, I just put the motherfucker on the road. I just need some toilet paper, wipe my ass, let me get up out of here. Wash my hands, and then let me get up out of here. Right? But it's people out there in the world that takes it serious. And when I say they take it serious, they take it serious. I'm talking about it's people that literally, oh, you do under, I will never come to your house. You do over, ew, you're just dirty. What? I don't get it. I don't get it. And then I even saw a picture that said beards are cool, means that they're over, and then the mullets are nasty. And it means, I was like, wow, we really measure that? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. How do you set up your toilet paper in your bathroom? Are you an over or under type of person? All right, do you like the overlapping over, or just pulling and you see it unwrap? Like I said, I don't care enough, but I want to know what you guys think. What's your comments on it? How do you set up your toilet paper? Shit is crazy. All right. So, with everything that's been happening, all the NBA news, all the NBA news, from the dramas, from the Ja Morant drama to the Giannis drama, right? I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I feel like for the past, let's see, Giannis been in Milwaukee for a good time now. I feel like for the past at least 4 or 5 years, ever since really we kind of been in the year 2020, okay? And even right before Giannis signed his extension with the Bucks, I feel like every year in 2020, everybody has been trying to write Giannis off of the Bucks. Giannis is not happy with the Bucks. So Giannis needs to get traded. He wants to get traded. He don't want to be in Milwaukee. Bro, we don't know what this man wants. And in my opinion, I feel like he's happy in Milwaukee. Now I know he wants his team back, and he wants his groove back. Like when he won that championship with the team, he wants them back. And it's hard to get that back. You got to go find a new identity, and it's hard. But dude, man, get off of Giannis, man. Giannis is cool. He's chilling. He's in the NBA playing a basketball game that he loves to play for millions and trillions of dollars. Dude, he's chilling. He ain't really worried about really trading this and that. Now, I get it. It can be fun. Losing is frustrating. When you lose, you don't think about getting traded, but it's just one of the thoughts in your mind. Okay, because you just like, man, I'm just sick and tired of this shit. And sometimes when you're losing, you kind of question yourself. Do that person care? Do that person? That's just what happens with losing, okay? Even if you're a good team, losing one game pisses you off. If you were such a winner and such a competitor, losing pisses you off. So I get it, and I can see how it be, but it's it's just a lot of news that just go on, and then on top of it, it don't help with the rumors of the media. The media is so toxic that, like I said, nobody wants to be right. Everybody wants to be first, and so they just be talking shit and just making up shit, and then it's a lot of misinformation out there, and then everybody's pissed off about it, or somebody gets hurt all the time in that shit, right? I will say, especially with the amount of social media rumors and social media posts. Anyway, everybody's trying to be fast, be first, and everybody's being fake about it. You know what? I compare this to a movie now. Think about it. I'm going to compare this to a movie. You know what should have been a red flag for us? If you watch this movie, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the movie that I watched when I was especially younger, and now I'm watching it still, that should have been a major red flag for everybody watching. Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt should have been a red flag for everybody, especially in America and in the media. Now, let me explain. Zay, what are you talking about? Let me explain. Okay. Remember in Joe Dirt was just his part-time janitor working at a radio station. He was just cleaning up. Radio people in there thought he looked funny, and they came in there. He told him to come in there. He started talking about telling his story, and then next thing you know, he came in there 2 or 3 consecutive days telling these stories, and now everybody, the whole world is interested, and everybody's tuning into their radio station just to listen to Joe Dirt talk. Right? He's talking about, growing up, trying to find his parents, how he lost his parents, doing this, met a girl, people bullying him and doing all this. He talks about everything, right? Now, this is where I say this should have been a red flag. Remember when, like, on day 2 or day 3, he's telling this story, right? And he talks about him losing his parents, and he's been trying to find his parents. Isn't it crazy that was like a 3-day span of him telling those stories? And within 3 days, you have somebody out there willing to fake everything, to fake like they're his parents just to get a quick dollar or a quick look at fame. Isn't that crazy? And that was before we had the social media, really, to be honest. Like, Joe Dirt is an old-ass movie. So it was before we had really social media. No Twitters and no really Facebooks, you know what I'm saying? None of that shit. No Instagram, none of that shit. So the fact that because of a radio station, that shit got out so quickly, and the fact that you had 2 people willing to know they was faking that shit and willing to be assholes about it and willing to probably jeopardize this man's not only future, but jeopardize this man's life and put this man's life in danger because y'all wanted a quick buck or y'all wanted some quick fame. So you pretended to be this man's parents. Y'all are trash. I think the real story was like his parents died or some shit. Dude, that should have been a red flag to all of us as Americans. Of this is how media plays, man. They gonna play the fuck out of y'all, man. And the fact that something can get so much viral within a couple of days, and it was so viral, you got 2 people willing to fake that they're your parents just to get the fame with you. Sickening. And that shit happens today. Think about the amount of times that rumors come out or just anything that comes out on the internet that's probably 100% not true, but it is somebody out there that's going to be loony enough to believe it. And they do believe it. Shit is crazy. Mind-boggling. Crazy as fuck. But it happens out there. Joe Dirt should have been definitely the movie that showed. Well, it did show, but people should have known that Joe Dirt was an early red flag whenever you watch that movie of like how media is going to be, and they are like that times 1,000. Okay, now think about, like I said a second ago, think about the NBA news. What's going on? The trade, not the trade rumors, but all the rumors that happen and all of this. Like recently, look at the LeBron and Jenie situation. Okay, Jenie basically coming out saying that like really, to be honest, Jenie comes out talking about how LeBron's lack of accountability when the failed experiment for Russell Westbrook happened, like how he really didn't take accountability into like he helped acquire Russell Westbrook and like it didn't work, and so he got rid of him, right? And like, he didn't take responsibility at it. It was a possibility of them trading LeBron to the Clippers, and she felt that LeBron wasn't grateful enough to draft Bronny, that they drafted Bronny, and I'm like, dude, this is my thing. Okay, first of all, and LeBron has came out and talked about he don't really pay attention to that shit and this and that. And I get it, but I don't get it at the same time. Because, like, we know you pay attention. Because they know if you didn't really pay attention, then you wouldn't have known, really, that it was even a second out there. Somebody is telling you all this stuff. You're LeBron James, bro. You got your ear, hand, know everything and everything, bro. Like, you know about everything. Even if you don't want to know it, you know about everything. That's why I love LeBron, man. He wants to... I don't know about it. I don't care about that. Come on, man. We all see it and we all hear it. But I always say this. That's why I hate the rumors, and I hate when people are trying to just when somebody says something online or on a video, and the fact that you can try to twist up your questions to make it seem like they said something else, or the fact that you can try to twist up the video to make it seem like they were saying something else. This shit is mind-boggling. This shit is nasty and disgusting. Okay, so the media sucks. And the people who run the media sucks because, dude, this is how shit gets started. Now, granted, LeBron said he really don't pay attention and he don't really care. It's just not, which is a good answer for somebody like LeBron, okay? But Miss Jenie Buss, I'm going to tell you something right now. You and your family are one of the best when it comes to really entertainment. You guys knew how to put on entertainment. Jerry Buss knew how to put on entertainment. Now, I guess I'm not gonna lie to y'all, with the help of watching that Winning Time and then actually going to do my own research after watching Winning Time, Jerry Buss knew how to put on a good time and he knew how to put on a show. Okay, talk about Vince McMahon of the NBA. He was that. He didn't give a fuck what it was. Man, I want entertainment. They want entertainment. Let's entertain, right? And so you did it with basketball. So I love that Jerry Buss and Jenie Buss going through this whole rest in peace, Jerry Buss. But I love that they really just put on shows and they know how to put on shows. But I'm gonna tell you something, dude. For a minute, the Lakers were irrelevant. Remember, after Kobe's last 3 years were not good. They were cool, and it's Kobe. We give Kobe his respect. They weren't like good. His last game was good, 60 points. Even though he took a lot of fucking shots. But at the same time, like his last years on the Lakers were good. And then if you take those years and add the years that after he retired, we're talking about 3 more years. Talking about a total of like 5, 6 years. Dude, the Lakers were trash. You had rookies that were coming in, trash. You tried to give the benefit of the doubt to certain players. It was just trash. And then when LeBron gets there, everything turns around. Now everybody's watching the Lakers. The Lakers are back on Christmas. Well, the Lakers never really left Christmas Day games, but they really back now. Now we're watching the Lakers games on Christmas, right? Versus just, oh, look at Brandon Ingram and just, like it was brutal. It was real brutal. And so LeBron James comes in, and now you're looking at the Lakers. Now you're watching the Lakers. And then once he comes in and he brings Anthony Davis with him, now we're really watching, guess what? You win a championship. Now, a lot of people are going to say, oh, the bubble championship don't count and this and that. Y'all can go eat it. Eat whatever the fuck you think I'm talking about. Go eat it, man, because y'all literally don't know what you're talking about. That bubble championship, I'm not going to sit here and be like the one, oh, that's probably one of the hardest championships. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I would say to not count it because it was in a bubble is just pure ludicrous. Okay, what if they would have had the Super Bowl in like a inside stadium with no fans? That do you not say that don't count because there was no fans there, or what? But the fact that they won the championship period, it was great. It was great for basketball. It was great for business. It was great for LeBron. It was great for the Buss family. It was great for the Lakers. It was great for everybody involved with that Lakers organization and what's going on. But also brung you a championship, has brung stability as far as the franchise itself. Everybody loves the Lakers. Everybody's watching the Lakers. Everybody's watching the Lakers more. It's like the Lakers have been rejuvenated. Okay, now with the older LeBron, but now a younger Luka, and at the time when they had Anthony Davis, with all these pieces there in LA, LA is being the most watched right now, and we love LA. Look at me. I got the Lakers jersey on right now. LeBron James has brought that back to the Lakers organization. Now, I can't speak for why that they really sold that organization like they sold it. It is what it is. That's on them. But like I said, man, I think LeBron brought so much everything to the Lakers and rejuvenated the Lakers that, like, it's nothing you really can sit here and complain about. Even one championship, I get it. It's not 5, and it's not 5. At the same time, like, dude, it's still a championship. Jerry West is on the cover, or is it the logo of the NBA, been to like 1,000 finals and only won one. And yet he's the logo of the NBA. And he brought one champion. Out of all the championships the Lakers got, he brought one. One. Come on, man. Same amount as LeBron. I'm just saying, like, that's just me. This is what I think. This is what I feel like. That's just my take on that. This is what I say. Now, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this LeBron and Jenie bus situation. I don't think it's nothing to be too concerned about. I don't think it's really, because I don't think Jenie Buss is really the majority owner anyway. So it's like, it don't even matter anymore. Whatever she thinks, it don't even matter, which is crazy, right? All right, so yeah, that's going on. Like I said, other news from the Jaws to the Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis, hey man, prayers up for Giannis. He's going to be out for 46 weeks with a strained calf. Or I don't know if it's strained calf, but I know it's a calf injury. So shout out to Giannis, man. I hope you get well soon. I want to always see players healthy and on the court or on the field. I never want to see players injured. I hate when players get injured. Not because, you know what I'm saying, it might be my team or whatever it is. It's just the fact of I've been there, and I'm not an athlete anymore, but I've been there to where, like, you know, injuries suck. I've seen my brothers go down with an injury that keeps them out for the year. I've went down with injuries that keep me out from week to weeks. Injuries to where I couldn't practice. Injuries where I couldn't finish a game. I've had injuries, and I hate those injuries. And injuries suck, but it's a part of the game. But yeah, those are crazy. Those are two crazy things that's going on. Prayers up to Giannis. I hope you get better soon, get well soon, and I hope you're back on the court soon enough. Okay, and for the Ja Morant thing, I don't know how to feel about the Ja Morant thing, because I love Ja. Memphis is my second favorite team, so I love Ja, and I love the Grizzlies. Now, for me, this is my thing. I think Ja has mentally checked out of Memphis. And it wasn't this year. It wasn't just like it's been a domino effect for Ja, in my opinion. Ja Morant at 2 or 3 years ago, well, we say like 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, or we in 2026. Yeah, so we say like 3 or 4 years ago, Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. We talking about with Taylor Jenkins, Dylan Brooks is still on the squad. Desmond Bane on the squad. All them boys, I feel like they had a brotherhood. Like, remember Dylan Brooks coming out with the team? They had a brotherhood. Dylan Brooks was the heart and soul of their team as far as defensively and just being the dog that he is. He brought the dog out of everybody else on the team. And he was the quote-unquote team bully on their team. So nobody's going to punk him, and he tries to punk out everybody else and get them off of their game. That's Dylan Brooks. So I feel like once they got rid of Dylan Brooks, I feel like that was the start of, okay, Josh starting to lose trust. You're getting rid of my players that I definitely need and that makes this team up. So got rid of Dylan Brooks. That was kind of devastating. Then not only do you get rid of Dylan Brooks, you backdoored it like a year or two later. Fire Taylor Jenkins with like 8-9 games left in the season. What was your purpose of firing Taylor Jenkins? Taylor Jenkins have got you to a place of relevancy. Now, we remember the grit and grind Grizzlies. We remember the BB and Gasol Grizzlies, or Pau Gasol Grizzlies. And we remember those Grizzlies really just, from if you're true basketball fans. But they weren't, even the grit and grind Grizzlies wasn't looked at as a super team. They were just looked at as just a good defensive team. They will put defense on you, put clamps on you. They know how to play the right way. This Grizzlies team now, or not now, but this Grizzlies team in a few years ago when they had Taylor Jenkins, Dylan Brooks, all them boys, they was not only was they a brotherhood, but they was a superstar team. Like, we got the superstar in Ja, and their team just played so good with Ja, and it was at a point to where they played super good. When Ja went down, they still won games. They was a brotherhood, dude. And you broke up the brotherhood by getting rid of Dylan Brooks, by firing Taylor Jenkins, and then you got rid of his real homeboy, Desmond Bane. Memphis Grizzlies fucked themselves up. They fucked themselves up. They have nobody else to blame but them. They literally had a championship roster. You just got to let it develop. Look at, like I was talking about earlier, look at the Lakers back then. Look at before they traded all those pieces to get Anthony Davis. You had Brandon Ingram. You had Lonzo Ball. You had Josh Hart. You had all these players that were on Kyle Kuzma. You had all these players that were on your team. Okay? And well, Kyle Kuzma was still there after the AD trade for a minute. But even then, man, you traded away all those boys because they were quote unquote too young, and you didn't want to take time to develop them and watch them develop. And now we see what's going on. You could have maybe 2 or 3 championships versus just one. We never know, but maybe not. Same thing for the Memphis Grizzlies. Dude, we might be talking about y'all being the best team in the league if you keep Dylan Brooks, if you keep Desmond Bane, if you keep Taylor Jenkins, if you keep all those people on Memphis, we're probably talking about this year in 2026, Grizzlies are on pace of winning the championship. But we are so impatient and we want to win. For organizations out there that just like the Grizzlies, organizations like the Titans, organizations like the Browns, organizations like the Hornets, organizations like those type of organizations, I hate those organizations so much when it comes to trying to make changes, because the moment that you actually get good, you want to change because we didn't win the Super Bowl this year, so we need maybe a quarterback or a new head coach or this. You never won anything. You never won any championship. So what makes you think that you making championship moves if you never won a championship? That's why I was so pissed off with the Titans. We never won championship, and the fact that we had a good team, the fact we had a good team and we just came up short, let's run it back. No, you trade A.J. Brown. After that, you see how badly we suck and we needed him. Well, okay, let's get rid of Derrick Henry too. Okay, well, let's draft a quarterback. Let's draft another quarterback. Oh, here's a kicker. Let's draft another quarterback. Man, we drafted so many motherfucking quarterbacks, it makes no sense. And the fact is, bro, these organizations don't know how to build. Y'all keep going every year for the same thing. Browns, you keep going for a quarterback. At one point in time, you got like 5 quarterbacks that you done drafted in your room. Somebody got to play all-line. Are you going to put one of these quarterbacks on line? No, go draft what you really need to draft. And that's trenches, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, actually players, linebacker positions, running back positions. All right? Maybe you can get a receiver in the 5th round and he turns out to be an all-pro. We're seeing it now. So really, and to be honest, you have to focus on the nitty-gritty of your team. And I think the Grizzlies had a team, and I think they had a team that was willing to win, that was going to win, and you fucked it up by getting rid of people, getting rid of Ja's homeboys that he grew relationships with. And now that he's really on a new team, new faces, only familiar face he has is Jaren Jackson. And even then, it's just like, man, this shit is old, man. And I can see why Ja can get frustrated and why he is frustrated. And I feel Ja's pain. So in my opinion, I don't like the drama that's centered around it, like, back and forth or whatever. But I will say Ja has every right to be pissed off. Ja has every right to be mad. Ja has every right to be like, I don't want to play for this organization anymore. Trade me now. He has every right. Every fucking right. So that's just my opinion with that. Let me know in the comment sections what you guys think. I think the Grizzlies fucked themselves over and shot themselves in the foot. Now, to be honest, you really got to start over again. You got to go into the draft and get another maybe point guard or that top scorer. You got to go start over again unless Ja is willing to like basically squash all the beef. Let me do this and play for Memphis. I think it's over. I think it's well over, especially for Ja in Memphis. And I love Ja. I got my Ja Morant jersey down. I should have wore that today. Right. That's my rant for today. My super rant. Okay. We are ready for Sunday. Okay, we got Sunday. Does anybody know what Sunday is? Anybody? Let's not all speak at once. You. Anybody? Sunday is Championship Sunday. If you don't know by now, then you should know. Championship Sunday is the conference championships for both the NFC and the AFC. Okay, all on Sunday. Let's get into it, baby. All right, the first game of the day is going to be the Patriots playing the Broncos in Denver for the AFC Championship game. Okay, that game is going to start at 2 o'clock. Patriots are the road team. going into the Denver Broncos. Patriots are the heavily favorites now, ever since all the news has broken out after that Broncos and Bills game. Who you guys got? Let me know in the comment section. Now, I'm just going to be honest. I hope that it is a better game than what I expect. I really do. And I hope that it plans out to be a good game. I hope it plans out to be actually a fantastic game, a close game. But I just don't see that happening. I just don't. And I hate it because that's unfair. But to the Broncos, because we put y'all out before y'all even put yourselves out. And you know what I'm saying? So without Bo Nix, I don't think the Broncos are doing anything. Right? So unless Jared Stidham just goes ape shit and want to go ape shit on his old former team and goes crazy, I don't see the Broncos beating the Patriots. I got Patriots actually traveling into Denver to beat the Broncos and advance to the Super Bowl. First time in the Super Bowl since 2019? 2019? I think so. Yeah. 2018? No, it's 2018. 2018. First time in the Super Bowl since 2018. So, that's who I got in the AFC Championship game. And then for the NFC Championship game, that's going to be your night game / late afternoon game at 5:30 p.m. in Seattle. We got the Los Angeles Rams traveling up to Seattle to play the Seattle Seahawks. The game, like I said, the game is in Seattle. It's going to be a well-fought game. Both teams are in the same division, so this is their third time playing each other. It's going to be a hell of a game. I pray that even though it's probably about to be cold as a motherfucker, because it's cold. I'm in Texas and it's cold as fuck. I can only imagine states up north. So it's probably about to be cold in the motherfucker, especially in Seattle. It's about to be cold in the motherfucker. All right, so I still hope it's a good game. I feel like Matthew Stafford still has something to prove. MVP season, in my opinion. I think he is the MVP. Puka is great. Devontae Adams has woke the fuck up. Devontae Adams has woke the fuck up, and I'm happy for that. The Rams are just a complete team. Sean McVay, I'm scared of that coach. He knows how to coach his ass off. I say all of that just to say this. I got Seahawks at home beating the Rams, winning the NFC and advancing to the Super Bowl to play the Patriots in a Super Bowl rematch of like 11 years ago, which would be crazy, right? Just Seahawks, if y'all play the Patriots in the Super Bowl, please run the ball. That's all you got to do. Just run that motherfucker, right? But I got Seahawks actually beating the Rams at home to claim that NFC Championship game and to go to the Super Bowl to play the Patriots or the Broncos. Okay, maybe they play the Broncos. Maybe the Seahawks play the Broncos. Never know. We'll see what happens. Okay, that was the two games that's going to happen for Championship Sunday. And then we got the Pro Bowl, and then we got the Super Bowl. So we a few weeks away from the Super Bowl. So get excited and get ready. Get ready. All right. And then today is Saturday, January 24th. So today on Saturday, we got a treat. We got a good treat coming on tonight. Okay, if you are into fighting, UFC, boxing, whatever, tonight is UFC 324. Okay, tonight in T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. All right, tonight it starts. The prelim cards starts, I think, at 5. Okay. Or the real early one started at 3 and 5. And then the main card started at 8. Okay. The main fight that I'm really ready to watch is my boy Derek Lewis. My balls was hot. Derek Lewis will be fighting Waldo Cortez Acosta. Okay, that's going to be a good fight. Derek Lewis is, I think he leads the UFC in knockouts, right? And he keeps adding. He has the most knockouts in UFC history, and he keeps knocking motherfuckers out, and he keeps fighting, so he's going to probably add to his list again. Of course, I'm going to be going with my boy Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis, I know you probably don't live there, or if you do live there, I know you don't probably be there all the time, but you're down the road. Okay, maybe not down the road. It's a good couple hours away, but you're down the road in Houston, Texas, or at least you're from Houston. Okay, I need to know what it's going to take to get you on the couch and get an interview in. Because especially if you win this one right here, man, you just continue dominant, man. I got Derrick Lewis winning this by a knockout. I think it's going to be Derrick Lewis do not play games when it comes to that octagon. He ready to knock your motherfucking ass out, man. He be always saying some shit. What do you say? Where all Ronda Rousey fine ass at? My balls was hot. Yo, Derrick Lewis is hilarious. I love him. All right. Another fight I'm going to be really happy to watch is my boy Sean O'Malley. Sugar O'Malley. You feel me? Okay. He will be fighting Song Yadong. That is one quite of a name you have there, sir. This fight should be good. It's the co-main event before the main event happens. Yeah, man. I think Sean O'Malley has something to prove. He still has a lot to prove. And so I think he can get in this fight and probably win this fight. And then we got other fights that's going on, about like 5 total fights for the main card, about 4 or 5 total fights for the prelim cards, both of them. So go have fun tonight. Go watch UFC. If you're going to go to a bar, you can go to a friend's house. If you're going to go anywhere and watch this fight, please be careful. Don't drink and drive. If you're going to be drinking, especially if you're going to be drinking heavy, please call an Uber. Call mom, call dad, call cousin, call anybody. Call anybody that you really can get a hold to pick you up if you're way too drunk. Okay? They would rather you call them and get a ride from them versus you trying to drive yourself really blasted and really drunk and something happens to you. Get in a bad accident. You kill somebody. You might kill yourself. You never know. Okay? So, be careful going out and watching this fight. But this UFC 324 is going to be a good one. I will be watching. If you got Paramount Plus, check it out. If you got the UFC setting for your ESPN app, have fun with this fight. If you're going to go to a bar, like I said, have fun with this fight. Just have fun watching this fight. This is going to be some good fighting. I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I can't wait for Derrick Lewis to fight. And Amanda Nunes was supposed to fight today, but I guess they canceled that. Damn it. And I wanted to see Amanda Nunes. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for joining me and watching another episode of Ta1k Podcast. I will be back on next week, baby. Next week, baby. And we on episode 80. So next week's going to be episode 81. But until next time, thank you guys so much for joining me. And y'all already know who I am. I am Zay for Life. And Zay for Life is out.